Alright, it's time. Let's go. Alright, hello. Here, just like I'm making a quick note because I want to update my the slideshow that plays before I actually start streaming. I want to update that at some point. I'll make a note of that. Update pre-stream. Oops, that says stream. Yeah, slideshow. There we go. Just so that I don't forget, because if I don't write it down, I will forget. Also, do you like my boxes as my my lovely boxes layout for this week? I have all sorts of stuff going on. It's been a busy week. I was out of town a little bit last week, and so I'm catching up a bit. But you know, that's how it goes. Let's see. I do have some plans for tonight and one set of dice that I'm kind of not sure on yet. I don't know what I want to do, so I'm open to ideas if people have ideas. I have a couple of commission ones that I need to work on. I just need to finish up. I have a couple of dice done for this set, and I need to finish up the others for it. And then, let's see, so I have that one, that set that I'm doing. And then I have another commission set. I'm not actually going to be pouring the dice tonight, but I made these little eyeballs, these little gold eyes. I'll try and get it so you can see the gold eyes. But I made these little gold eyeballs, and I want to add just a little bit of clear resin over the iris, just to kind of protect them a little bit. And also I'm going to be putting these into some green resin with some gold foil. I don't really want any of the green resin or the gold foil to end up in the eye itself, so I'm gonna fill those in with just a little bit of clear so that they actually end up being, you know, spherical like an eyeball is. A couple other random little things. I have one set that I'm gonna make. I want to make, this is a set from a while back, and I just have the listing pulled up from when I had it on Etsy, but I had this set from a while ago, and it's kind of pinks and oranges and then has kind of like some clouds in it. And I want to make another set of those just because I thought they were a priority. This time we'll do it with a D2 as well. I'm starting to do D2s with all of my sets of dice. I'm slowly shifting things over, slowly making more D2 molds. That's kind of what's holding me back at the moment from everything having D2s, is just having enough molds. And also have quite a few sets made that don't have the D2s yet, so it's probably not this restock or the restock after, but the restock after that, I'm hoping to have everything with the D2s. So that'll be good. Like I said, I have the commission ones that I'm working on. And then I want to do some sort of liquid core dice. Oh, maybe I should put that in the description. We'll add that. We'll update the stream description to our title to say that. See if people might be interested in that. I'm not quite sure what I want to do for those yet, though. I did a set a long while back that had kind of pastel colors and then like a whole bunch of glitter in most of the dice, and it has some like butterfly glitter and some different shaped glitter. And then I did, for the D20, I did liquid core with just a little bit of glitter, of like shimmer to it, but then it had like some butterfly glitter and that sort of stuff in it as well. It might be fun to do something kind of like that again. Something where it's not just like a shimmery liquid core, but it's almost like a shaker charm type one, where it has all of the, it has different shaped glitters and things in it. Because I have like this sort of thing where I have, let's see if it'll focus, you know, different shaped glitters and stuff. So it might be fun to do something where it has some of that in it. Let me pull out some things that we could use. I have these that are little metal beads. I don't usually use them in dice just because they're metal, so they're a little bit heavier than the resin is. But if it's in the liquid core and they can move around, it's not like they're all going to fall to one side. They'll be evenly distributed, so it wouldn't really matter. I have some different colors of those too. I've got all sorts of little things here. I've got a bunch of different. Oops, that seems to have fallen out of this one. I have a couple fallout. I have some little tiny gears. Some little tiny unicorns. Ooh. I wonder if we do something with the little tiny unicorns. That might be fun. And then we have a bunch of other little random shapes. Hearts and treble clefs and spiders and bows and shamrocks and smiley faces. And then I have like snowflakes and like little honeycomb pieces. So there's lots of options here. And as long as I can fit it into the opening here, that little opening, we can use it because it's going to be free floating, so it's not going to weight it in any one direction. Yeah, I have a bunch of glitter over here. I have other glitters as well. I have some butterfly glitters. I have some glow-in-the-dark butterfly glitters. Like, I'm tempted to do some pastel colors again because, like, I liked how those looked, but I feel like I should do something different than normal. I was debating doing a set of dice that are like half one color and half another color, and then the liquid core ones, they'd be half one color, and then this would just be, the liquid core part would be sticking out into clear resin on the other half, and it would have the other color in it. I could just do that, and that might be kind of interesting. I don't see why not. Like, we could just do, that's not a bad idea. That'll be kind of a little bit simpler maybe, but there's something to be said about simple but elegant type thing. We should figure out what colors we want the two halves to be though. And we could do glitter in, like other shaped glitter and stuff in one of the halves. The plan is to, though, do the D20 as a liquid core and then do the D10s as liquid cores. And the reason that I'm just doing those is because that's the size that I have for the spheres. I don't have the right size spheres for the other dice, so they seem to fit well in the D20 and the D10, so those are the ones that are going to get the liquid cores to them. But yeah, let's figure out colors and everything that we want to do there. Pour out my paint chip tin. So if we do that, we probably want to do like a shimmer on one half, because I feel like the liquid cores work best when they're all shimmery. So we probably want to we could do some sort of opaque color maybe on the bottom half, and then we'll do some sort of shimmer for the top. I think that would make sense. That would make sense. But we need to figure out what colors we want to do. For the first half, like, I'm always a fan of like pink and blue, like that's just me, but like it might be fun to do maybe a green. Maybe we should do some sort of opaque green on one half. And the way I'm planning to do this is actually to pour the stuff into the molds halfway and then let that cure and then do the next piece. I'm just debating how simple I want to go with these. And do I want to do like a solid, just two solid colors, or do I want to do something fancy maybe when I do the second one? But the thing is, I want this to be shimmery, so I probably don't want, the second half I probably want to be opaque, because I probably want it to match whatever shimmer I have in the liquid core itself. And I think I want an opaque part on the bottom, because I'm going to use that to kind of hide the little opening here. We're gonna fill this in with some UV resin, but then it's easiest if I put it into some opaque resin towards that side, and then you can't see it. because it's not bad, but it's a little, it doesn't look perfect. So, it does mean, yeah, let's figure out a color here. I'm thinking, like I said, some sort of shimmer. So let's see what we've got here. That's not a shimmer. That's not a shimmer. Like we could do almost any color we want, actually. Like, should I do like a pink and a green? I could do like a pink and a green. That might be kind of interesting. I feel like that's kind of a springy floral sort of vibe to it. Could do it with some translucent yellow in there, too. Yeah, that's true. I could do half one color and then the other half kind of a mix of colors with one of them translucent as well. Again, that's why there's lots of options here. Lots of options. I don't know if the if those would be kind of, I don't know, those might be a little bit too bright almost. I'm just throwing all these over here so I can see what all the shimmer options are. Because those are the ones that kind of do the best in the liquid cores, I've found. And these are all just little testers I made from, oops, these two seem to have attached together. Little testers I made from the various pigments that I have. And also some other random things, like here's turmeric. Makes a kind of dark reddish color. You know, that's the fun thing about resin, is you kind of put whatever you want in it, see what happens. Let's see here. I think some of these might work better than others. I had a weird thing happen. I made a liquid core. I don't have it anymore now that I think about it. I made a liquid core die for a set, and then for some reason the pigment in it just kind of clumped up, and I don't know why. I ended up using a different pigment from after that, but it was just strange. I hadn't seen that happen before. Oh, I do actually have a liquid core example over here, actually. Just a moment. It's over here because it needs to get sanded, because I was just going to do it as just a individual die. So here it is before I shake it up. It'll find it. Never wants to find it. There we go. So you can see all of the stuff's on the bottom there. Let me try and get that all shimmery. There you go. You see all that shimmer in there. You can see that it needs sanded with that edge there that's all rough. But we're gonna do, I think, something like that. But I don't think with these colors. Like I said, I think it might be fun to do like almost a solid line type thing. We'll put this away. There we go. Put that back over there. I haven't tried some of these with the liquid core before. Like this one's Duo Red Blue. It might work out really cool, or it might not work at all. I don't know. Because it is like a really shimmery one, but it's like pink and then it has like a blue shine to it. So that might be cool in the liquid core if it worked. Like, I can't see why it wouldn't work, but you never know. Alright. Oh, there's this one too. There's, I think, all of our shimmery ones. Some of them work better than others. I think this is the one that clumped up weird. So let's not use that one, but we have some other purples. Like I said, maybe could do some sort of like green and pink. That could be an option. I could even do like a green and a pink and a yellow. Kind of springy colors, although we're kind of in summer now. Ooh, or I could start. I have a completely different idea now. Maybe I will start making some Halloween dice. And I will put some bats into these. So I have some little bat-shaped, like, glitter things. Maybe I will do that. Maybe I'll do it half one color, and then I will put some little bats into these. What if I just did it white? What if I did half black and half white dice, and then I will end up inking them the opposite. And then I kind of like that idea. I'm going to do half black and half white. And then these ones will just be half white with the liquid core, which is going to have the black bats and maybe some other glitter in there. I like this idea. Okay, I have an idea now. We're doing it. Now that I have a set idea. We could put a little bit of maybe some black or silver shimmer in there too. Cool. I'm glad that I have a plan now. Let's figure out what else we want to go with the bats. So like I said, I think the dice themselves are just gonna be half black and half white, because I feel like that's just kind of a sticky here. Just kind of sticky here. I feel like that'll be kind of fun and simple, but then like the liquid core part will be more of the highlight. Is there anything else I want to add with the bats? Probably a little bit of some sort of shimmer. Let me pull out, I got some mica powders here. Maybe a little bit of like this glitter. Just a little tiny bit, just for a little bit of shimmer to go with that. That might be fun. Or I might just go with, yeah, we'll try that. We'll try that. And, you know, this is all about experimenting anyways. Let's see here, let me make sure that I have the mold for this too. So D10. Okay. 2D10, D8, D6, and D4. Cool. And then I have a D2 here as well, which that might be interesting. All right. Let me get the UV resin stuff down so we have that ready to go. Because I want that ready to go when I have the liquid and everything in these. Oh, if I can reach, have it up on a shelf. I wonder if it's going to be a bit of a quiet night. That happens every once in a while. And I wasn't here on Saturday, so this is what I get for not having a consistent schedule, I suppose. I mean, I do have a consistent schedule, but I wasn't here on Saturday, so people might be confused. All right, we've got that ready to go. And then I want my water, which is, got our water there. And we're just going to put a few bats in here. I feel like this maybe would work better with something thicker, but instead of water, but that's okay. Let's, I don't think we want too many. We want enough so that we can tell what it is when they're flying around in there. But, you know, we want enough that it doesn't look completely empty, too. I feel like 3 might be enough. I feel like 3 might be enough. People tend to like things in odd numbers. We'll do 3 for the D20. The D10s, I don't know. I feel like it needs more than 1. Oops, there's a whole bunch that are all stacked together. I feel like it needs more than just 1. Like, I don't know, 1 seems like too few. I don't know if I want to do 3 in the D10s as well because they're a little bit smaller. I could do 2. I'll do maybe 2. Maybe I'll do more in this one. Maybe I'll do 5. Should I do 5 and 3? I worry that's going to be too many. Yeah. Yeah, I see. My concern here is that when I have 5 in here, you can't really tell what they are. I guess you kind of can. Like it is, you know, there's that bat there, but they just kind of stack up a bit. But I'm thinking like maybe when you're shaking it around, they'll break up a bit. So we'll do 5 and we'll do 3. We'll try that. There we go. There's 3 in there. Because I feel like just doing 1 is kind of anticlimactic. So I need 2 more. Alright. Alright, there's 3 for that. That should be plenty, I think. Oh, I need to make another set of ceiling star dice at some point, too. I have these little glow-in-the-dark stars, and I made a set of dice a while back where I like kind of covered the outsides of the dice with these, with the little stars. And then I made resin that was the same color as the stars and poured that in, so you couldn't really see the stars unless you turned the lights off and then just the stars glowed. Just the stars glowed? No, glowed. That sounds weird. It doesn't quite make sense. I mean, it does, but it doesn't. Alright, let's add, I'm just going to add a little tiny bit of glitter, like bare amount, because I don't want it to overpower the bats, but I want there to be a little bit of shimmer. I think that's probably enough. Like I said, I just want a little tiny bit of shimmer, not a lot at all. Just a little bit. Didn't actually get any in there, I don't think. Alright. It's been kind of hard to get back into the swing of things since I got back. Like I said, I was out of town for a couple days. It wasn't really a vacation or anything, but you know, since I've been back, it's just like, I don't really want to go pour dice right now. I have so many other things I need to work on. But you know, it's nice to get back to things. I did make some molds yesterday. I've started making molds to make keycaps, so that's the thing. There's a thing that's in the works, hopefully. I don't actually want these bats to be floating because I don't want to get them, I don't want them to end up stuck. Okay. I want this to be as full as possible. I want it to be as full as possible because I don't really want a big air bubble. Air bubbles kind of just end up looking meh. You can kind of see one in the little die that I showed off earlier. Like, doesn't really do anything. It just kind of detracts, just kind of gets in the way, makes it hard to see things. Alright, we're going to add some UV resin here. I'm going to try and kind of swirl it around the outside and fill in this hole as much as possible. I don't want any water to leak out, because if any water comes in contact with the 2-part resin that the dice themselves will be made out of, it won't cure. You don't want sticky dice. Oh, hi Omar, how you doing? We're finishing up a commission and then doing some other things. What's up? What's up? How are you? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm getting back into the swing of things after being out of town for a couple days, helping my grandparents move. So it's nuke that one more time. You know, it's like, there's just so many things. It's just like, I need to get that done, but I need to get that done. I don't know. I always have the problem where my brain tells me I need to do everything at once. Oh, they moved here. Yeah, I'm still maybe getting. Well, no, this is a different. My other set of grandparents. I drove 7.5 hours from their house where they were living to be in the same town as us. On when was that? Saturday? Last Saturday? Yeah, that was last Saturday. So it's been a week. It's been a week. But yeah, it was a bit of a trek. My dad drove a U-Haul back, and my mom drove their car back, and I drove the truck that we had gone up there in. So it was a trip. It was fun though. I don't usually drive a truck. I usually have a little tiny Honda Fit, so I felt very large and powerful in a diesel truck. But you know, it was good. It's gonna be good having them, you know, closer than 7 hours away. But we, you know, even the next few days after that, we were still getting up kind of early to go over there and helping them with various things. Let's not drop that. Love road trips. Yeah, you know, I don't know. I don't mind, like, if I'm going to drive a long distance, I'd almost prefer to be the one driving. Or I'm, you know, will probably be sleeping, because I can sometimes get a little bit nauseous on long car rides, which is unfortunate. I didn't on the way there, so I was very happy about that, but what was I? Oh, okay, we're gonna do those as well. Yeah, but it's I don't know, you drove down to Texas over Christmas? Oh wow, 16 hours each way. Yeah, see, I wouldn't want to do that. Like, driving for so long makes me tired, and especially if I'm by myself, like, it's just hard. It's just tiring to me. It's hard for me to stay awake. But it was honestly pretty fun. My grandma rode with me in the truck on the way home, on the way here, so we chatted for a while there. All right, we're gonna start adding some water to these little ones as well. I'll show you how the big one looks once it's finished curing there. There's a hair in there. Why is there a hair in there? There's not supposed to be a hair in there. Just a second here. Aha, I got it. I got the hair out of here. That is fun though. Were you like visiting some friends or something down there, or just because you wanted to go to Texas? Come on, sink. Ah, Tepsi Brothers in Houston. That makes sense. You mostly listen to podcasts. Yeah, that's what I found, is that if I'm going to be driving a long distance by myself, I need something with a plot. Like, the thing is, I love listening to music while I'm driving, but if I'm driving a long distance, it won't keep me awake. I need something with a plot to keep my brain on. Okay, let's do this one as well. And actually, now that I think about it, I haven't actually driven that long before. Like, I haven't driven 7 hours straight before. That's probably the longest drive that I've ever done in one stretch. I've done a 5-hour drive before, but 7.5 was new. All right, let's see how this looks. These bats, they don't fly very well. They kind of sink pretty quick. That's unfortunate. I don't know. So that's curing. Okay, we're good. See if I can get it so you can see, because the bats don't really fly around much in there, but I mean they're kind of, you can still kind of see them, which is kind of fun. Like you can see the bats in there with that little bit of glitter. So I feel like it's gonna be okay. That'll be okay. I think the little bit of glitter saves it almost. It's kind of like, I don't know, kind of a crystal ball type thing, and then you see the bats kind of magnified. I think that'll work out fine. It's friggin' bats. I like the little bat glitters that I got a while back. I have so many fun things that I should just use more often. Like the little glow-in-the-dark star glitter that I have too. I should make another set of those dice, the ceiling star dice. But not tonight. That's actually, so that's something that I was realizing today. So I try to keep a fairly consistent social media upload schedule so that I actually remember to post things to social media. So like I have it in my calendar to, you know, post to social media 3 times a week. And I was taking photos this morning to go, you know, add things to social media, and I'm like, you know, this is a new set of dice, but it's the exact same design as a different set of dice that I did in the past. And this is also one that I've already have photos of on social media, but just a different set. It's like, oh dear, this is going to be a problem if I continue to like remake old designs, is that it's going to be the same thing. Like I won't have anything new to put on social media. You're going to drive to LA to pick up your sister until you realize from Houston to LA is 24 hours of driving. Oh, I mean, yeah, that's a long ways. That is a long ways. There's, you know, that's kind of one of the things that I really like. And this is going to sound weird, I suppose. I like how different people enjoy different things. There's just something nice about that. Because, like, I'm like, I'm not really a road trip person. And you're just like, yeah, road trips. Like, there's just something kind of nice about the fact that, you know, there's so many different things in the world to enjoy. There's, like, the options are limitless. And not everyone's going to like the same thing, but there's just so many things that people could enjoy. Even if it's not the same things as me. Okay, come on, sink. Let's get this one done. Alright. I think that's good. Is that full enough? Yep, I think that's full enough. Ah! You're still hungry and you don't know what to eat? Yeah, that was my problem earlier. I had a hamburger. I get you. That was, yeah. I was going to eat something earlier, and then I looked in the fridge, and I'm like, I don't want to have to dig through here to figure out what I can eat. I'll figure this out later. I'm not that hungry anyways. I just had a hamburger. Yeah, I had a hamburger for lunch. It was really good. Man, I should have stored this upside down. Yeah, I'm very lazy when it comes to food. Which is, it's a good thing that my brother likes cooking, because he makes sure that I eat. Ooh, I think we have, yeah, I'll go dig through the fridge after this. I'm not planning for this to be a super long stream or anything, partially because I want to go play Minecraft. We've got the new server up and running, and I actually have some things figured out now. Oh, cereal's always good. Yeah. That used to be one of my go-tos, but milk doesn't always agree with me. My go-tos now are usually like some sort of sandwich, like lunch meat and cheese and tomato and onion, mayonnaise, all that sort of stuff. Some sort of like sandwich or like eggs and sausage. Eggs are a big one, yeah. What else do I eat? But cereal does sound good. Maybe I'll have cereal after this. That's some, yeah. It's been a while since I've had cereal, I think. My stomach's feeling pretty good today, so I think I could stomach some cereal. I could stomach the milk. Because dry cereal, come on. That does remind me, sorry, dry cereal always makes me think of when I was at university. When I was away at university, I remember waking up at like 1 a.m. or something. I was in the dorms and I had 2 roommates that, I didn't know beforehand. We were just kind of assigned together. And I woke up at like 1 a.m. and there was just this weird crunching sound, and I could see that there was a desk light on. I was like in the upper bunk, and I could see that there was a desk light on down below, and it didn't bother me or anything. But I just heard this weird crunching sound. I'm like, what is that? And I look over the side of the bed, and one of my roommates and like all of her friends were sitting completely silently on the floor, just eating dry cereal. Like, they obviously had the munchies, but I'm like, you guys okay? And they all just kind of nodded. I'm like, okay, I'm going back to sleep now. And they just kept like, okay. It was just a very strange experience because they were just all like dead silent, just staring into space, eating dry cereal. I'm like, all right. I mean, I'm not gonna question your choices of food. I feel like that's something I would snack on. I feel like dry cereal could be a very, yes, they were. They very much were. Yeah, it's one, I guess dry cereal though is one of those things that like, it's easy. It's easy to snack on. You don't have to try and prepare anything. A lot of people have cereals, hanging out around anyways. Oh, come on. I'm trying to get some UV resin out of here. Alright. Well, we'll let this sit for a moment. I'm trying to get some resin out of it. I'll let gravity do its work very slowly. But I think my plan here is we're going to do, like I said, half black and half white. And so the bottom half is going to be white. And then I will cure them all. What am I working on in Minecraft? I have figured out a new spot where I'm going to set up my house. And I finally got the materials that I need for it. So I'm slowly working on setting that up. Just a second here. Alright, finally got that. Let's do this so that I can continue to, I'm gonna add a little bit more. Yeah, I didn't like what I was doing house-wise, and so I've completely moved locations, and I have kind of a plan for like a wizard tower kind of thing built into the side of like a cliff face. So I was debating like recording a little bit of what I'm working on, just because part of it is just because I wouldn't mind having a record of like what we get up to on the server. Like, we had a sort of server before this that I had with just a couple of my brother and another friend. And once we moved over to this new server, we were just like, I'm so nostalgic. It's like, can you remember when we did this thing? I'm just like, yeah. So, it's like, maybe I'll just record a little bit and splice it all together just so we have like a record of everything going on. So I might do that. I could, I suppose, stream it again at some point, although, I don't know. I always feel weird streaming anything other than arts and crafts. Don't know why. Just do. And yeah, I don't know why I feel weird streaming something other than arts and crafts. I think it's because I feel like people expect arts and crafts from my channel, or my whatever you call it. Plus, I do like arts and crafts. Yeah, it's out of my norm. Exactly. And it's one of those things, I think part of it too is I tend to get really into one thing at a time. And usually it's some sort of media. Usually I'll get really into a band or a musical or a TV show or something like that. And it's usually like one thing at a time. And like I know that those interests tend to change over time. Like arts and crafts has not changed. And I think that Minecraft is probably going to hold my attention in a similar way that arts and crafts do, because it's very much, I like it for the building and the creating aspect, and I also like it for the social aspect because I'm playing, you know, on a server with a group of friends. But at the same time, you know, I know that I tend to like switch interests fairly quickly. I don't want to put something on my Twitch like that I'm gonna lose interest in, you know, 6 months or something like that. I don't know. I don't wanna put too much emphasis towards something that maybe I'll lose interest in you know, a shorter amount of time. Arts and crafts I've loved since I was a kid. I don't plan to lose interest in arts and crafts, but Minecraft is one of those things. Uh-oh, speaking of getting into things, I don't have the brain space to get into anything else. Oh, you started diving into Portuguese music. I don't know if I've ever listened to like any Portuguese music. I've probably heard some, I suppose, but I can't think of what it sounds like. Does it have a distinct style, some of it? Like, is there... Yeah, I guess that's the question. I'm wondering, is there some sort of distinct style? Actually, I want this to stay out. I have something else I need to use that for. That sounds interesting. Let me grab... My workspace is not necessarily... Oh, okay. That's not surprising, you know. I feel like... It's just in Portuguese. Oh, okay. I feel like there's some styles that are very, like, American, but at the same time, if you say American music, that spans such a broad variety of things. So it really doesn't surprise me that Portuguese music would, you know, cover such a wide variety of things. Is there a specific style, though, that you've been really into, or just music that's in Portuguese? I guess that's actually kind of what I was wondering. Alright, so the reason that I'm pulling out my little silicone mat here is I have some items for a set of commission dice, and I'll show those to you in just a moment. But I have... Okay, you've been diving into different genres. That's cool. Hey, it's cool. I was having a conversation with my friend, not rap, indie rock. Oh, okay. I was having a conversation with my friend recently. We have talked about starting a band since we were in like middle school. Just do a search on Spotify. Oh, okay, that's fair. But we've talked about starting a band since we were in like middle school, and we have old notebooks that are full of random lyric and song title ideas and just, you know, things that we like and would like to cover and that sort of thing. And we were just talking recently because, you know, that fell by the wayside a long while ago. And then fairly recently, I mean, I play trombone and I sing is really what it comes to. And if we started a band, I might learn bass because I know that I could. I've played bass once, but it was the one time that I played it, I'm like, I could learn this. It was one of those sort of things. No, I'd probably front if we were gonna do ska. I like singing though. I like singing. But we were having a conversation about how there's like not really any genres that we dislike. I can trombone some ska, yeah. There's not any genres that either of us really dislike. There's just like individual songs that we like and dislike. So let me show you what I've got going on. It's been a long while since I've played trombone, to be fair. So I have these little, let's see if I can get it so you can see, these little katanas that I made. Little tiny katanas. The problem is that these two, I have 3 of them, these two are all, let's see if I can get it so you can see, are all curvy, and I can't get them to lie flat. So I was going to put a little bit of UV resin to just kind of hopefully hold their shape. Yeah, these were fun to try and make, believe me. I'm honestly pretty happy with how the little tiny katanas turned out, despite the fact that they're, a couple of them are a little curvy. Because, I mean, I feel like, I don't know, like I don't know if it's something that you think about much if you haven't done it, but like making things in miniature is very difficult. Come on, I just don't want to focus. So gonna, come on, find the katanas. And everyone likes to find things when it's up close. They're tiny. Oh dear. Oh dear. What would I do without you around here to make puns? Well, they don't want to show up, but they're tiny. Yes. But I just need to figure out something here to try and get them to lie flat. Why is my fingernail keeps catching? This moment here. I'm just gonna use my craft scissors here to cut my thumbnail down a little bit because it keeps catching. Alright. Probably be sane. I don't know, man. I think that was a whole thing before you came along, so, you know. Sorry to burst your bubble on that one. Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna hold it kind of flat, I think. I'm gonna add just a little tiny bit of UV resin. Maybe a different kind of insane, though. If I can get my UV resin to come out, we're gonna hold it flat. I'm gonna put a little bit of UV resin on it, and then I'm gonna cure it, and hopefully that will hold it flat. That's my hope, anyway. This was an idea that my brother had, because I'm like, how am I gonna do this? Good to know it's not your fault. I mean, we can blame you anyways if you'd like. It's all good. That's something I've said recently too. Is like, man, I wish when I miss when I was weird. It's like I'm not nearly as weird as I used to be. I like somehow I've turned into like the mom friend. I feel like it's like when did I turn into the mom friend? I want to be the weird one again. It's just a little bit too crazy. I think part of it is like I have some really good friends, but I want to hang out with more theater folk, artsy people, because I feel like there's a certain kind of humor that a lot of, like, you know, local, like, actors and artist type people have that I just click with. It's like, I understand this kind of humor, and you understand this kind of humor. Like, and it's just, you know, I miss being that sort of weird, I guess. It's been a long time since I've done any theater stuff. I kind of miss it. That was actually part of the conversation about starting a band with my friend, was what do we want? Because I'm like, hey, you want to start a band? Because we've you know, talked about it since middle school and fell off. And just recently I'm like, hey, you want to start a band? And it's like, sure. And that was actually kind of one of the first things that I brought up was, what do we want the vibe to be? Because I feel like there's kind of two, need to accept the power of, I have the power of God and anime on my side. Okay. No, that worked pretty well actually for holding that flat. Sweet. And I used very little resin. Cool. I might, well, let's do this one as well. Because I feel like there's kind of two directions you can go with being a band. and there's the direction of making like more serious music. And I don't mean serious as in like doesn't have any humor in it or anything, but I mean like stuff that is like going to be relatable to a wider audience, or that is done in a serious manner, I guess. Or you can go kind of more the comedy route. And then on that same sort of vein, like I have, I talked about how I tend to get really into like a TV show or a musical or something like that. The bands that I usually get into are the ones where the people in the bands are also playing characters at the same time. Like they're playing, they're playing music and everything, but also like there's a certain amount of theatrics to it where they're not being themselves on stage. They're playing some sort of character. Like I enjoy that sort of stuff, but that's a lot of work too. And it's like what sort of direction do we want to go? There's pros and cons to kind of all of the different things. It's only good for so long. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not as sustainable. But at the same time, do we really want to... I don't think we really expect this to go anywhere. Although, on the other hand, I feel like if you do comedy music, you can then also do serious music. Like, you can every once in a while you can do serious music, but if you do serious music, it seems really out of place if you do comedy music. So I feel like there's more flexibility there to a certain extent. But maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know. You make a good point, though. I think it does get a little bit of... It can get a little repetitive if there's too much of a shtick. Yeah. Oh, Bo Burnham. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I guess he's an example of someone who does comedy music. To be fair, I'm still singing. He's a comedian that does music. To be fair, not necessarily a musician that does comedy. He is a comedian that does music. Sorry, I'm thinking of Tom Lehrer now. Who, if you don't know who that is, he's the one that did the Elements song. So there's antimony, arsenic, aluminum, selenium, and hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, and rhenium. That one. And then, like, a lot of other sort of well-known musical satire stuff. Just to get an idea, he is supposedly the guy that invented Jello shots. Like, he does comedy music and is still, well-known and stuff. I mean, I guess Weird Al does comedy music. His is all, like, referential. But, there's more of a shtick there, so it doesn't really... Yeah, it doesn't really last as long, because you lose the... He's a musician. Yeah, for sure. I would be more interested in making music that is also comedic, as opposed to being a comedian that also does music. I don't think I could be a comedian that also does music. I'd rather the focus be the music. But there is a certain amount of, like, repetitiveness when you have a shtick. Like, it gets old after a while. That's a good point. But, yeah, I don't know. That is a good point. But like I said before, too, like, the bands that I tend to get interested in, like, the most are the ones where there's characters involved. Like, where the band members are also characters. Which is very... I'm saying shtick a lot, but it is very... It's very shticky. No, that's not right. It's gimmicky. Is shtick Yiddish? It sounds like it should be, even if it's not. I have heard of Tupperware Remix Party, yes. I haven't listened to a lot of their stuff, but yeah. To be fair, I only recently discovered Ninja Sex Party, which is how I found out Tupperware Remix Party. Which I guess that's another example of a band where they're playing characters. I'm glad I got another thing of the UV. They put on a great show. Oh, that's cool. That's awesome. I should look up more of their music stuff, because I've heard of them, but I haven't really listened to a lot of their stuff. That's something too. Like there's so many different platforms to do music. I mean, there's live, but not all music is live too. Like I feel like there's some bands that are just really good live, and some that are really good. Speaking of, it was an NSP show. Well, I think they back for NSP a lot. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was telling my brother this. I ended up there in a very strange roundabout way, because I ended up there because of Minecraft, but it was a whole long thing that led there. Because let's see, I started playing Minecraft, and so my brother started recommending like Minecraft YouTube videos, and so he ended up telling me about Yog Labs and Shadow of Israfel, which are like really old, original Minecraft videos, and so I watched those. So then I started watching some Yog's Cast, and then they collabed with Game Grumps, and then from there I ended up at Ninja Sex Party. It's like, it's not really that long of a progression, but it's like a very strange progression, I feel like. I remember watching that when it was still coming out. Yeah, that doesn't, yeah. That's, yeah. I'm very late to the party. It's really kind of funny, because it feels like I am somehow stuck in like 2012, now that it's 2021, because I'm just like watching Shadow of Israfel and Game Grumps. It's like, this is not 2021 content. This is from so long ago. The plot hooked you though. Oh no, of Shadow of Israfel. That's unfortunate. If you're talking about Shadow of Israfel. That's, yeah, that's, good luck. Good luck with that one. It was fun, yeah. Like I said, I had never seen it before. It's funny with, very different for the time. Yeah, I feel like it's one of the, like, original Minecraft RP things. Because, like, it started in, like, alpha. Like I said, I watched it fairly recently, because I got into Minecraft fairly recently. Oh, there's a kitty cat at my window. Hi, buddy! I think this black one might be okay. I'm just wondering whether I should add a little bit of resin just to stiffen it up, yeah. And it was funny, because, like I said, I got into Minecraft fairly recently, and I went and watched through Yog Labs, where they would go through a different mod every week. And that one was interesting to watch right now, because it was interesting to see how many of the things that were mods are now in the game. It's just like, that is not a mod anymore, that's just straight up in the game for some of the stuff. So that was just kind of interesting. And to be fair, there's certain things that I remember too. Like, my brother has been playing Minecraft since at least the beta. It's probably one of his most played games. He might be playing it right now. And so, like, you know, I knew of it, and I'd seen things that he'd built and stuff. I don't know, I guess I was always more active and stuff. I was more I did marching band and did a lot of arts and crafts. I was more doing physical things. It's wild to see how fans dictate the direction a game takes sometimes. Yeah, I feel like Minecraft has done a really good job at that, though. Like, there's certain times when just because fans want something, it's not a good idea. But at the same time, I feel like Minecraft has done a good job of seeing what people want and then also sort of like continuing to update. That's why I think that's why it's continued to work. Like continued to be popular is that they've continued to update it and they've continued to listen to the people that want to play it. Like, you know, I feel like that's pretty smart. All right. I think we've got our katanas. I should make sure that these are going to fit in here. And I should figure out how I'm going to fit these in here. Yeah. Actually, there's a great way to see how I can fit these in here well, I think. This will be good. This will be good. Yeah, I have quite a few little things here. This is the same one before it's based on, I think it's an anime that I am not really familiar with called One Piece. I have like a little tiny hat here and that sort of stuff that's going in here. And so then I have 3 little tiny katanas. Yes, I'm not really familiar with it, but there we go. Now you can see the little tiny katanas. There's the little katanas. You knew as soon as you saw the hat? Yeah. That doesn't surprise me. It seems like it seems like something that would be kind of iconic if you're familiar with the piece of media. Oh, excellent. These will fit in here perfectly. I'm just figuring out how I'm putting these in here. Okay. I'm gonna, I think, attach these all together. Okay, I see. So I'm gonna try and put these in kind of a... You had an inkling with the katanas because there's 3 of them. To be fair, the person that commissioned didn't actually tell me that there was 3 katanas. So even, you know, if you commission something from me and it's for a certain piece of media or whatever, you know, you send me characters you want things based off of, that sort of stuff, I will go and look up the characters. And in this case, I mentioned it to my brother, and he's like, oh, I've watched like a couple episodes of that. And he mentioned to me that the one guy's whole thing is that he fights with 3 katanas. I'm like, how does he fight with 3 katanas? Okay, I want to try and attach these together, I think, so that they'll kind of stand up. I think I want the blades upwards, maybe. So this works out well because I can go kind of diagonal. Let's see if I can show you. I can go kind of diagonal in here. I'm gonna do that with all 3 of them, and then we'll have, yeah, one's in his mouth. That's what he told me as well. I was still just a moment of what? What do you mean? Actually, I might not need to. Maybe I won't need to attach these together. I might do it anyways, though. We'll see. Oh no. Oh no, my UV resin has come off. A second here. I'm trying to stick my... Alright, this one I'm going to redo the resin on it. Oh, I used to watch it when it was air on Saturdays. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I'm not super familiar with it or what it's about. I've had a couple of... Oops. I've had a couple of commissions now where people want dice based on characters from things, and I'm like, I don't know what this is, but I will look things up. That's, I don't know, that's always... Oh gosh, you're gonna watch it again and found out it's almost at 1,000 episodes? Oh man, that's a lot of episodes. Yeah, I can see why you noped out of there. I say that, and I've also watched the entirety of Critical Role, so, you know, I can't really talk, but there's not 1,000 episodes of that, I suppose, but there's a lot of hours. Sorry, I'm trying to get this to lie flat. Alright. Alright, that's, yeah. That is a lot of hours. Are you saying that One Piece is a lot of hours, or Critical Role is a lot of hours? Because it sounds like both. It sounds like both would be a lot of hours. I think this will work. Let me show you what I've got going on here. I've got all 3 katanas. Oh, talking about Critical Role. Yeah. There we go. I'm going to put them in, I think, like that. So we have all of the hilts down there at the bottom, and then we'll have all the blades going upwards. That seems like it would work. I don't think I even need to try and attach those together or anything. We'll just pour in the resin around that, and we'll be good. Cool. Got that all going. Those ended up fitting in there pretty perfectly. I also, I think we're done with this now. Yeah, we're done with this. Let me put this away, or at least out of the way. Out of the way. Let's see here. Let me go through what all we've got to do. Put those up and away in a moment. So we've got the D20. We have it's about halfway full with some clear resin that has some red in it. And then we're going to put the hat in, and then we were going to do more clear resin that maybe has a little bit of yellow in it. That was the plan anyways. So that's our D20. Our D12, I did a D12 before, but I didn't really like how it turned out, and I'll show you why. Okay, I'll pull out the D4 as well. Okay, D12, there's supposed to be like a fireball in it, but it just kind of sank. I didn't actually end up suspending it. I don't know. I like how you're just shouting out into the void. It's like, Jen! Was it today that she said she might not be able to make it? I can't remember. But yeah, it sank to the bottom. The fireball did. So I made a bigger one. I made a bigger one. This one should fit. I hope it looks like a fireball. I don't know. I feel like it kind of looks like a fireball. This one's bigger, so it, you know, it's gonna sink to the bottom in the fact that it's going to reach all the way to the bottom. You're supposed to be leaving her, what is it? Secret messages in the chat. Is that what's, was that today? Was that today? It's an acorn. Yeah. Yeah, I figure it's gonna be kind of more abstract once it's in here. It'll be kind of harder to see. I mean, it doesn't quite look like an acorn. But yeah. Just trying to make it look like a fireball, and that's just kind of weird to do. I don't know. It's fire is one of those things where it's kind of abstract enough that it's hard to make it out of something super physical like this. No, that's fair, that's fair. But it's, yeah, it's one of those things where it's just like, I don't know. I think it looks like a fireball, but we'll do a little bit of gold foil in there as well. And that'll kind of hopefully add to the fieriness. And then we'll I think we're going to be doing the, wait, is that the right one? Yes, okay. We're going to be doing the numbers in purple, I think. If I remember correctly. I don't know. I don't have the number colors written down here. We have the D8. That's going to be in kind of a light green resin, and then the numbers will be in green as well. I'm thinking, what green do we want for that? I feel like it's more neutral green. So maybe the sort of moss green? Should I do the moss green? What's on HBO? And then we have the D, okay, let me, D8, move these out here where I can get to them. Oh, fossil tome for imaginary friends. I never, like, I never really watched a ton of TV growing up, but that's one of those shows where I'm like, I know, I remember that. I didn't really watch it, but it's like, I remember it. And then D4. Yeah, well, D4, and that's just going to be black and yellow. Because I didn't like how this one turned out, and I think it's because I did like a dirty pour instead of just kind of layering things. So I'm going to try layering things instead. And I think that'll look better. Yeah, you know, I've never been pop culture savvy. Oh, you like the yellow? Well, I'll just make another one and I'll see which one the person likes better. I'll leave it out. To be fair, it's one of those ones where, like, originally I did not like it, but now looking back at it now, I'm like, oh, this isn't actually too bad. But I'll make a second one. It's just a D4, but we'll see what they like better. Let me put these up and away. Up and away. Alright, and then let's see, we have our ones with our little bats in them. And I'm gonna do half white in here. And that's it. And then these will then be filled with clear, the ones with the bats, and then the other ones will be filled with black. So they'll be half black and half white, and then we'll have some little bats with a little bit of glitter. That's the plan. But for now, we're just going to do half white, so probably like 15 milliliters of white. That would make sense. Just one that had white in it. That one also had white in it. So we'll do 15 milliliters of white, and just fill it up to halfway. And then I'm going to do a set of dice that I've done before. Here, let me set these. Let me set these in a stack somewhere. So I have them all. I'm trying not to roll the liquid core parts all over the place. And I'm starting to do D2s with all of the dice. I don't remember if you were here when I was rambling about that towards the beginning on my plans for updating my shop with 8-piece sets instead of 7-piece sets. I have thoughts on when things are going to be happening. I did also start. You think you were okay? I have also started making molds for keycaps, so that's exciting. Hopefully, I'm probably not going to have any of those done super soon, the actual keycaps, but I'm starting to make the molds for them. To be fair, I am hopeful that keycaps will be easier to make. I think they're going to take less finishing than dice do, because with dice there's a lot of precision sanding and, you know, ink everything, and I think with the keycaps it won't be as much work on that front. This one, that's the one for the white. Okay. I'm going to do a set of dice here. They're going to have some pink resin, some orange resin, and some clear resin with a little bit of shimmer to it. And then we're going to do kind of shimmery clouds in that. So I'm going to need 3 different cups here. This one had yellow in it. That's close enough to orange. I really should spend a day and just clean up in here. My workspace is a mess. But I've just been so busy. There's so many things I could work on. Like, I should go mess around in Blender and make some things to print out with the 3D printer that I have. I should add that to my to-do list, actually. Not this week, though. Like, I don't know, everything's just busy this week. And then I have plans for the 4th of July weekend. I will not be streaming on the 3rd of July. So that's another Saturday, I think. Apparently Saturdays are not, I'll be streaming this Saturday, but not on the 3rd. I think, yeah, that's the 3rd. I'm gonna have to get all of my next restock all set up. enough. The orange, that one's gonna be pink. And we'll grab this purple one. That's close enough as well. I don't think it's gonna be a huge shop restock. So I restock the first Friday of every month. Like, I don't know if you know that or not. I don't expect you to remember my shop update schedule. But first Friday of every month. And I don't really expect this to be a big one. Partially because I was, like I said, out of town for a few days in there. And part of that is just that, you know, I didn't have things polishing while I was gone because I'm not going to leave equipment on while I'm out of town. So yeah, I'm still figuring out how I can get more made. And but I do have beginning of the month, yeah. I will have some foam grips though. I actually got those all put together today. So I have a few foam grips available in my shop, which is kind of fun because I've been, you know, looking for different things to do besides dice to put in there. Maybe I won't be using this one because this purple doesn't really want to come out. But I have some more things that I need to get inked for that. I think that's I'll probably do that on Thursday. This is one of the things that I'll do while I watch Critical Role. So I'll ink dice. So Thursday is technically supposed to be one of my days off, but I usually end up working a little bit anyways. You know, don't tell my, I don't know, HR or whatever. That's honestly kind of a problem. I don't know if it's a problem, but it's maybe not a good thing. It's very hard for me to turn my work brain off. Especially since I'm working from home and I make my own schedule. Liz has been working on her days off. I mean, yeah, I have. Don't tell her I told you. All right. She shouldn't be doing that. There's just so much that needs to get done, it feels like, though. That's what I was talking about earlier. It's like, it feels like I need to get everything done at once. That's part of the reason that having a physical calendar has been good for me. Because if there's something that I'm like, I need to get this done, I can just jot it down at some point in my calendar that's off in the future and be like, okay, I don't have to get that done right now. Because if I don't have it like written down for the future, I'll be like, I need to do that right now. Okay, let's see here. Do I have a clean one that's for pink? That's not really a clean one. Okay, let's grab one for pink. That was a problem. So I worked a salaried desk job for it was like 5 or 6 years, and I quit to finish my degree. And I had like a month or two in between when I quit and when I actually went back to school full time. And so I had like a month or two where I wasn't working and I also wasn't going to school. And I realized that I had completely forgotten how to relax. Like I was so like keyed up and anxious if I was not working. And it's kind of a problem that I have anyways. I've you know, realizing what the problem is and then also dealing with the problem is kind of two separate things. Because like on the one hand, I realize that a lot of my self-worth is tied up in how much like I accomplish or how much I produce or how much I do for other people. But at the same time, which leads to me feeling like I always need to work. But that one's not right either. I'm just gonna grab a clean mixing cup. I'm tired of I'm tired of trying to find one that's clean enough. Alright, there's one for pink. Here's one for clear and gold. I think I have one for yellow though. Yep, there's one for yellow. Oh, where was I going with this? But yeah, no, there was like a month or two where I realized I could not remember how, I didn't know how to relax anymore. I did not know how to, like, turn off my work brain. I remember, like, kind of having to force myself to go do a jigsaw puzzle. And it's because, like, I love doing jigsaw puzzles. I like stuff like that. And it was just like, you are allowed to do this. You are allowed to go do something that is just for fun and doesn't actually, you know, benefit anybody else, but you just chilling out. But I still have a little bit of trouble, you know, doing that. Let's see. Black. What's black? But I mean, part of that at the moment too is that I'm still trying to build this thing, build this whole dice making, resin casting business thing. And it's just, you know, it takes a lot of time and effort. And I don't feel like I'm to a point where it's sustainable yet. I've talked about that before. I hate bringing it up because it's just like, I don't want to like stress anybody else out about it because it's not really a problem. Like I am fine, but it's not really sustainable. Definitely does. What definitely does? What? Stresses you out, or I don't know what the subject is in your statement. What was I saying? But it does, like, you know, I feel a certain amount of responsibility for getting things to work. And so it's, you know, I'm putting a lot of time and energy towards it. And is it? Oh, it takes a lot to get a business off the ground. Yes, yeah, that's true. That's true. Alright, use that for black. Oh, there's still clear in the bottom. That's fine. That's fine. And I think part of it is just time too. Part of it is just giving, you know, giving it some time, giving it time for people to like find what you're doing. Building an audience, I guess, to a certain extent, or building connections and networking and all that sort of stuff. I feel like a lot of stuff comes down to networking and just getting it so that people have heard of what you're doing. And I'm not talking about just what I'm doing right now, just in general. Oh, I actually need another one for that. And some of that just comes with time. Some of it just comes with, you know, things will slowly get bigger over time. I'm very impatient. I'm just very impatient. But in my case too, I need to figure out how I can make enough stuff to sell. That's part of the reason I'm branching out, trying out some different things, making some different things. Which I am excited to make keycaps. Like, I feel like those will be fun as well. And you know, when I first started making dice, to be fair, when I first started making dice, I did not expect to sell them at all. I just started it because a D&D buddy had mentioned it, and I'm like, oh, I have some resin stuff at home. I could try that out. That'd be fun. Yeah, no, the whole making dice to sell thing was kind of an accident. It wasn't really an accident, but it was kind of an accident. Oh, a couple other things that we might do. I need to fill in this corner of this D12 if I can. I want to try and fill that in. And then I was thinking of trying to do just a single chunky D20 and or a set of like fate dice. We'll see how much resin we have left, because this will be, well, I guess this one we're only going about halfway, so that's going to be 15. We might be able to do these. We might be able to do both of these. We'll see. Let's say that that's a full set of dice, and then that's a full set of dice. Yeah, we might be able to do both of these. I don't know what I'm gonna do for those though. What should we do? What should we do for a chunky D20? Maybe we could just do something. Maybe we'll try doing some sort of want to see what I do for your dice. Let me see. I think I have put yours in my calendar. I've been thinking of up ideas. Let's see. Where did I put that down? Oh yeah, I was thinking of doing those on Saturday. I think actually. I need to put together some notes on what exactly I want to do. But I was thinking I might make yours on Saturday. I'd probably end up messaging you tomorrow about that. But you know, I don't mind telling you now. Yeah, we're going to be doing a bunch of commissions on Saturday, I think. Because I have yours, and then I have the ones that these eyeballs are for. Yes, these ones. Yeah, these ones I'm just going to put a little bit of clear resin on these eyeballs that I made. Just to kind of coat the gold part. And this actually, I need to set those up. Ah, they're rolling away. I'm gonna go listen to the song on repeat and make some notes. I have some ideas. I have a few ideas, but I'll have to see what I can do too. What's doable. Let's see here though. What do I think maybe for the single D20, let's just do some fun colors. Let's see. I wonder if I could do something that's like straight up rainbow. I wonder how much of a rainbow I could do with this. Yellow, green, blue, purple. Okay. I'm gonna try. Ow, ow, ow. I'm gonna try doing kind of a. I don't think I'm gonna do a dirty pour. No, I'm gonna try doing. Neither of those. I'm gonna kind of try doing a reverse Petri, where I'm going to put a little tiny bit of resin in the bottom, and then I'm going to put drops of all of the inks in, and then I'm going to pour clear resin in. Do I want to do that? I'm worried I'm going to end up with too much ink. And then hopefully all of the colors will kind of spread up towards the top. I might not need to do all of the colors now that I'm thinking about it. I think probably let's just do red, yellow, and blue and white, and then or pink, yellow, and blue and white, and I think they'll mix together enough that we'll get all of the colors. So we'll try that, and I think maybe I'll add a little bit of like hollow glitter to that too, because that might be kind of fun. And a little bit of hollow glitter to the resin. Let me find a mixing cup for that. Oh, good. Do I want to add any foil as well, or just some hollow glitter? Let me just do some hollow glitter. Yeah. There's so many options, but we're gonna try this out. It's a little bit of an experiment. Okay, that's probably enough glitter. We don't need a ton of glitter. Just enough to add some shimmer to it. Okay, put those off to the side. And then we'll see if we have enough for the fate dice here. If we do, we'll probably just end up using some of the leftover resin from the other things to make a set of fate dice, which is fine. I also need to make a few more crystals. that's something I've been working on for a while now. It's making a whole bunch of random crystals. Let's see, it never wants to focus. But a whole bunch of random resin crystals for someone who wanted them. And I'm trying to get up to a cup of them, which is actually quite a few. So I've got that many made, but I need just a few more. So I've been using this as extra resin landing spot. It's a lot more than last time. Yeah, I've been working on those as much as I can. Okay, I think that's everything. Just make sure I have, let me set this up. So my thought here was, so I want these eyeballs, I want to add just like a drop of resin to them. But I want it to be upright. And I was like, how am I going to do that? I'm going to just take a little bit of clay. I'm going to try and stick that in there upright. And that should, yeah, that'll stay. So hopefully that will work out to hold these all in place. And since I'm just using white clay, it shouldn't do anything bad to these. But that should hopefully hold it in place. All right. So let me put these here, and then we will add all of the powdered pigments to all of our little containers, and then we'll pour some resin. I don't think I need all of that white clay. That one I don't think is straight up and down. Let's. All right. Okay, cool. Now we have all of our weird eyeballs that are staring out of our little cup here, and I'm just going to add a little tiny bit of like a drop of resin to each of them. Like I said, I just kind of want to cover the iris, kind of protect that a bit. We're going to probably make this is going to be a set of like fate dice that we're also going to make on. Yeah, I have 3 sets of commission dice that we're going to make on Saturday. Yours, these fate dice, and then I have a set of Beauty and the Beast themed dice that we're gonna make for a commission. Let's see. Make sure we've got everything here. So I need a little mixing cup for the green. Oh, looks, I have a mixing cup for green. Oh. What would be your, like, not necessarily dream job, but like if you could do anything, like all day, every day type thing, what would you want to do? Like, I don't know, to be fair, like, I don't know if this is what I'd want to do all day, every day, but part of that is because, you know, there's downsides to any sort of career. Like, the paperwork and stuff is really annoying. I love making things, but if I had the choice, I would just make the things and not have to try and sell them. And also maybe I might say painting. I love painting, but I don't want to do that for a career. I should really do more of it though. I was thinking that maybe in a couple of Saturdays, I might try doing a stream where we make soap. It's been a while since I've made soap, but I'm like, that might be fun. Might be fun to break all that stuff out again and try it out again. Got a little bit of green. Really like working with computers. More like hardware or software stuff. I have friends that are both like on the hardware side of things and on the software side of things. All right, and that's gonna be just clear, so I don't need anything there. I want to dip that in the clear. That's fine. This one's gonna be white. I might need to pull out my hardware, definitely. That's fair. That's fair. I have a friend that's really into the hardware side of things. He ended up being kind of the one that runs our Minecraft server. More money on the software side. That's fair. That's fair. Is this all mixed up all the way? Actually, can't tell if this is all mixed up all the way. This is some more white alcohol ink. I got a big thing of white alcohol ink a while back because this one is almost empty. I don't know if there's much of anything left in there. So we'll use some of this if we need to. Set it off to the side over here for now. Because we'll need that for this one because I want this to be an opaque white. This one, let's add our pigments. This one's just going to be like an opaque shimmery white. Yeah, it's funny. I worked IT. That was the job that I had for like I said, 5 or 6 years. I'm not really a computer person. I'm not really a tech person. Like, it was fine, but like, I don't know, I've never really been into it. Never really been into the tech stuff. I think part of it is just, well, I don't know, part of it is just, you know, differing interests and stuff again. But, I don't know, I've always enjoyed, like, physically working with, yeah, and that's, like I said, I have a lot of friends that are very techie people. And I'm always super, you know, interested to hear what they're working on and stuff. It's just like, oh, cool, you're doing like AI stuff and that sort of thing. I'm like, that's really, really cool. I just don't, you know, it's not really my thing all that much. Where was I going with this? Yeah, I worked IT for 5 or 6 years. And now that I'm not working IT, I'm just like, I will let other people deal with all the computer things. It's one of those things where it's like, I'm better at like the user interface side of things. Like, you know, I can help troubleshoot. Like, I mostly managed the like VoIP telephone stuff. And let's see, I did purchasing for a while. Did some just generic help desk stuff. It did really make me realize though that I don't want a desk job again. I am not suited for a desk job. I think that was part of it. I think that's part of what made me not enjoy it too much, is just like, I don't want to sit at I mean, I guess I'm sitting at a desk kind of all day anyways, but I'm doing something physical with my hands. I would have been more interested if I had done like more hardware stuff probably. Okay, there's the D12. I'll just fill that with a little bit of clear, hopefully. I might need, if I can get this to work. I have a little syringe here. Do I have a tip for it? Just a second, I'm trying to see if I have any. No, it doesn't look like I do. Alright, that's fine. I'll probably want to use a pipette then. Yeah, I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do with my life. I feel like everyone is to a certain extent. I want to make things though. I'd love to make some sort of like, or be involved in making some sort of media. I've always loved like acting and film and, you know, singing, and you know, it'd be fun to do something with that. I kind of doubt that I ever will. Somehow it's like, I don't know how I would end up doing that to a certain extent. Okay, we've got all of that. I think that's all of our powdered pink. Oh, let's get our gold foil in here. But there's like so many things I want to do. Like, I'm never going to be able to do all of them, I don't think. I need, I guess some of that stuff is like, I should just do it. I should just, you know, find people that are interested in doing something similar and just, you know, go make YouTube videos or something like that. But at the same time, it's really the logistics and like I guess a fear of failure almost, or it's not even a fear of failure. I guess it's like if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. It's more of a fear of being perceived as egocentric. I don't want that to happen. Which I guess, to be fair, I am like I don't know. I'm live streaming, so it's weird. I don't know why that's not getting me, but alright, there's our gold foil. And we've got, I'm gonna use that yellow, I think, or maybe we'll use this yellow actually. Let's grab that. I think that's everything. I think that's everything we need. Let me grab our resin and our safety equipment. I don't know. There's just so many things I want to do. It makes it. I've always had a problem with just like picking a direction and going. It's like there's so many things that I want to do. I really just need to pick one of them and actually start figuring out how to do it. But then I always get caught in the logistics, and I'm just like, I'll figure that out later, and I never do. All right. So I've got our mixing cup here. I think that's all stuff on the outside. We're good. I'm gonna be a little muffled for a while. You already know that, but it's gonna be a little muffled. Alright. And let me grab the resin and we'll be good to go. Not cat hair, get out of there. Alright. I did order more resin recently because like this is getting low. Oh. Yep, alright. So we're gonna do 100 milliliters of resin, which is kind of my normal. Normally do about 100 milliliters of resin at a time, which is usually about 3 sets of dice, but in this case it's gonna be kind of a mismatch of things that we are doing with it. I'm going to be quiet here for a second though because I can't measure and talk at the same time. So feel free to ramble in the chat so that I'm not just rambling in person. Alright, there we go. There's 50. I have been bunked! You have caught me off guard and bunked me! How dare! How dare you bunk! I see how it's gonna be. I see. Alright, let me get part B. Not expecting a second. Sorry, I'm just thinking of that one tweet that's just like jail for mother for 1,000 years. It's just like a cat that got gently nudged with a foot. Yeah, it just made me think of that. See, the thing is, I should set up more of those commands that are just random words that like no one knows but me, and then every once in a while I can just whip one out and surprise you guys. I haven't done that. Don't type in a bunch of random words. But well, that one works. That one works. But I should add more of those just completely arbitrary commands. Alright, this will be a minute. So what are you up to this evening? That'd be fun. Set one up so that see, I'd have to figure out how to program that so that it could give you a different pun every time. Or pull it from somewhere. I don't know how to do that. That would require me to do a little bit more research into how Streamlabs CloudBot works. But alas, you will have to be our supplier of puns for now, Omar. Yeah, this will take a minute. I want to make sure everything's stirred up completely. Yeah, I'm sure there's a way to pull out of something. I'd have to figure that out, though. I don't know what sort of places I can pull from. That's really what it comes down to. It's like if I have a place that I can like set it to pull from, then I could just, figure out what I want. I wonder if I could set it to pull from like a file or something. I wonder if I could set it to pull from a file. That might require more programming than I want to do, though. I've done a little bit of programming, but it's not really my thing. I always forget my semicolons. That's my biggest problem with programming. I always forget my semicolons. I have some friends that are excellent at it, though. Some friends that do. I have a friend that's a software engineer and that sort of stuff. I can just convince her to do it for me, maybe. Alright. Oh, I don't know. What should I do with my life? What should I do? Watch Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind. What's that? I don't actually know what that is. Is that a movie, or it sounds like it would be a symphony almost, but what is that? Oh, it's a Ghibli movie. I haven't heard of that one. Huh. I went and looked up like all the Ghibli movies at one point, but I guess I haven't watched that one. I guess, yeah. I should go back and watch some of those at some point. It's just basically a symphony. That's fair. That's fair. It has the same sort of poetry to it. It's starting to get mixed. Yeah, this is a problem when I get to the bottom of the containers. It's like it looks so cloudy when I mix it up. And it's not cloudy once it cures, but it just looks so. Oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense to me. I'm like, I thought I looked all those up at one point. I was going to try and watch all of the Studio Ghibli movies at one point, and I looked them all up. I'm like, I don't remember that one, but maybe it's one that I just missed. I don't know. I guess let's see. What did I? Is Kiki's Delivery Service a Studio Ghibli movie? Oh, it is a Miyazaki film. Oh, okay. But not a Ghibli movie. Oh, okay. I can see how that would get, yeah, mixed up. Okay, Kiki's is, yeah, let's see, I grew up with Kiki's Delivery Service and Spirited Away. And I think maybe Castle in the Sky, is that also Studio Ghibli? But, those are, yeah. And then, like, later in life I went and looked up Ponyo and My Neighbor Totoro. But, yeah, the one that I remember, like, earliest watching was Kiki's Delivery Service. It's been a long time. Yeah, see, Howl's Moving Castle I also watched a little bit later when I went and looked up, because I'd heard, like, so much about it. And also, like, now I'm just like, I want my vibe to be whatever that guy's vibe is. It's like, yeah, it's like this dude has got a vibe, and I'm liking it, whatever it is. Right, this is looking pretty well mixed. That's good. I love that I love that sort of over cluttered look. Like on the one Pocoroso. I don't know if I've watched that one either, actually. I haven't watched all of them. Oh, what was the other one? Oh man, what is the other one that I watched? What's the one with the gal that has like the red triangles under like on her face? Oh man, I'm blanking on what that's called. Oh man, I can't remember. But no, I don't think I've watched that one. So this one is gonna be clear. I think this is all mixed. It seems to be all mixed, I think. Yeah, I think this is all Mononoke, yes, Princess Mononoke. I'm not seeing any streaks or anything in it. It's just kind of cloudy at the moment. Like I said, it'll clear up once it cures, but that's something that always gets me. Is there still streaks in this? Let me mix this just a little bit more. I just want to make sure. I don't want to mess anything up. Let's make sure this is completely mixed. But yeah, I might have to go back and watch Howl's Moving Castle. I'm pretty sure I've only watched it once ever. Like I don't mixin'. Yep. And I should watch that again because I remember liking that one. I mean, I should go back and you can't type today. Yeah, yeah. I noticed all of the like double typing things. Where did I get that on the place? I spilled some resin at some point. See, I've got the high ground because I don't have to type right now, so that makes it much easier. All right. Okay, that seems mixed. Let's get this all going. So I am worried about getting air trapped under this hat because that seems fairly likely. So let's see if we can get the air bubbles out of here. Yeah, there's an air bubble trapped in there. I expected that to happen with air getting trapped into the hat. That's why I'm dipping it into the resin first. I've got the high ground, Anakin! Alright. Let's stick this in here. Just gonna have it lie flat. There we go. I'm gonna fill this up with the clear and then put a little bit of yellow in there. Should I do yellow or should I do a little bit more red? That's a real question. Do I want it to look like there's... So there's like a layer in there that's clear with some red in it. And I was thinking I was going to do a little bit of yellow in the top, but I wonder if it's going to look weird with the kind of two layers. Or if I want to do the same red so that they will kind of look similar. Don't know. I don't know. Let's see here. I want 15. Let's do these first. I'll think on that while I'm pouring my other resin. And this one don't take very much at all. The D4 really does not take a lot. Oops. That's probably more than I needed to put in there. Oh well. Alright, how much do we got left? We've got plenty left. Alright. About 15 in here. Because each set of dice is about 30, so we're about half. And I'm just going rough here. It doesn't need to be exact. I actually ended up putting almost closer to 20 in there. That's fine. Let's see. This one I want a little bit less than 10 in each of these. Probably about 7.5. I'll go about 7.5. Because these are going to be kind of the main base color. All three of them are. And then we're going to add those clouds in as well, which will also take the space. Alright, let's get that. Get enough resin in there. How much I've left? I think we'll be okay. And then about 7.5 in here. Wait, is that right? 7.5 and plus 7.5 is 15. Yeah, okay, 7.5 in here as well. Alright. And then about 20, which I think will be, it's actually closer to 30. And I think we'll have enough for, that'll be pretty good for the Jumbo D20. But first, let's add the resin to these. I'm just going to use this pipette. We're going to use it for white anyways later. I maybe want to cut this. I don't think I need the tip to be quite as long in here as it is. But let's just add some drops of resin first. I'm trying to get it so that there's not, well, you know, I'm doing this partially at the beginning too because I want the time for the air bubbles to get out. Okay, just a second here. We're gonna cut that down so it's a little bit shorter, but also I want to make sure that these are angled in such a way that they're not going to spill resin everywhere. Okay, I think that's pretty good actually. So let me set those off to the side. We've got our clear on our eyes there. Actually, those look pretty good. Okay. I'm hoping that we don't end up with too many, like, I don't want any drips of resin. That would not be ideal. Okay, let me cut this down. I don't need that to be quite as long as it is. That's just making it more difficult for the resin to get up in there. Okay. That's actually going to be with this over here. Alright. So, do I want to do... We'll do a little bit of resin. Or yellow. We're just going to go for it. I just need to pick something. We'll see how it goes. I'm not going to add too much. But I'm going to have kind of red at the bottom and then yellow at the top. That's fine. Okay. Grab this. So we start setting things where they're going to need to go. Also get that cat hair out of there. There's always cat hair. Why is there always cat hair? Okay. And let's fill in the last little bit of clear that we need here. Okay. Oops, I just got some yellow on that. That's okay. I've actually got a little bit of clear. That yellow off. A little bit of clear on the lid already. Perfect. Alright. So get these out of the way for now. Let the bubbles start to rise to the surface. And then let's see. I definitely don't have a lot of cats. Oh, that reminds me. So, like, there's a gray cat that wants into my house, and this is nothing new. Like, he will come and, like, meow at the back door to be let in, and it's, like, kind of sad, because he's a very sweet cat. Like, if I go out there, he's, like, super friendly and wants pets and all sorts of stuff. I feel it's like, oh man, I wish this guy had a home, because I don't think he has a home. But I also already have 4 cats. It's like I don't think I have enough, you know, space and stuff for you, buddy. But the other night, no idea where the hair's coming from. The other night, I can't remember if he begged to be let in that night or not, but like, it was dark out and stuff, and there was a cat that was begging to be let into my house, and it was a completely different cat that's not mine. It was an orange cat, like an orange and white cat, and I'm like, who are you? I haven't even seen you before. It's just like, what is going on? And then even later that same night, there was a completely different cat just laying on my back patio. Like, it wasn't actually actively begging to be let inside. It was near the same door. Just like, what is going on? Where are all these cats coming from, and why are they at my house? Is it just because, like, it's a safe place I have a safe place for cats or something? Maybe it's because I leave my yard a mess. There's lots of good, just accept it. I mean, I've already accepted it, but, like, I don't even know where all these cats are coming from, and I don't know why these cats have decided that my backyard is the place to be. That's the thing that gets me. It's like, how did all of these cats, the cats already know? I know, it's like, how do they know that my house is the place to come? I mean, I don't set food out for the cats or anything. I don't want all of the raccoons and everything in the area to come decide that my house is the best place as well. I have the aura, I guess. I mean, I think I'm wondering if part of it is I do have a cat that is indoor-outdoor. Fitz is indoor-outdoor. And he's kind of friends with the gray cat that will come and beg to be let in. Like, they'll just hang out together on the back patio and stuff. And so I do kind of wonder if Fitz has been, like, letting the neighborhood cats know. It's just like, oh yeah, you can come over to my house. It'll be cool with my mom. You know? He's like, I know a place. No, but he's just being that kid that's just like, oh, I'm sure it's fine if you come over. You know, it'll be fine with my mom. It's like, what are you doing? My Fitz is so friendly. It's kind of funny how friendly he is. Oh man, look at how much. He's got all sorts of ink all over my hand. Oh gosh. This is why these bottles are so caked in pigment. There we go. Like the rest of, oh gosh, I don't want to drop weird blue crumbs in there. The rest of my cats, if there's like people that come over, you know, with us, the rest of my cats are super, super affectionate and stuff. But if other people come over, like Koshi will go and hide. You'll never see her. And then Not and Luna, they'll usually hang out like at the side of the room and kind of be like, what's going on? Kind of just like look in and try and keep a tab on everybody. But Fitz just loves people. Like, he will just straight up like rub up against anybody. I think I need more pigment. I think maybe I need more. I don't know. Maybe not. And that's including like 2-year-olds. He loves little kids. Like, you know, I think maybe I've talked about this before, but I have a friend that has a kid, and I guess at the beginning of the pandemic she was 2, but like when she was 2, there's a friendly neighborhood cat here. Oh, that's sweet. It's just kind of nice having a friendly neighborhood cat. But the 2-year-old, it has a collar, but it's always outside. Okay, so it probably at least belongs to somebody though. Sounds like if it has a collar. Oh, if you call it, it'll come running. That's exactly what my cat's like. He's so friendly and excited about people. All right, we're gonna do a drop of pink in here. See if that's dark enough. We'll see. Drop of orange in here. But he's also not like all that territorial. Like he's made friends with like Like the gray cat out back, he's just like, oh, okay, cool. I guess you're friendly and you can hang out here too. Which is good. I'm glad that he's not super territorial. That would be kind of a pain if he was, but he's just so friendly. He will greet anybody at the door if they come and stop by. He's just so happy. He's so happy to see people. This is the same cat that will come down here and scream at this door sometimes, but he doesn't really want to come in. He wants me to like go hang out with him somewhere. Like feel like most of my cats, they want to come hang out with me. Like they'll be like, oh, okay, you're in this room. I'll come hang out in here with you. That's cool. But like he's just like, come follow me to this place. Yeah. Let's go, come pet me while I eat food. You want to come outside and play tag? He likes being chased for some reason. He really likes playing like tag. He will, it was very cute. He would kind of run up to the front, like the door in the back, and kind of act like he wants to play, and then he'll kind of like run away a little bit and kind of look back at you like, are you following me? You gonna chase me? Just like, oh buddy, you're so cute. But no, I'm not going to. Alright, so the order of this, we're going to add the clear with a little bit of shimmer, and then the pink with a little bit of shimmer, and then the orange with a little bit of shimmer. And then we will add our opaque shimmering white. I might actually add just a little bit of actual white pigment to this. It's very cute. He's just so friendly. He's just such a friendly cat. That's actually part of the reason that I got him. I wasn't actually planning to get a cat. I could, but I wasn't planning to get one. I was just at like a local place that had cats, and you know, it's like I gotta look at the cats while I'm there because they're so cute. I just want to see them all. And he, you know, I went and like petted him through the bars a little bit, and as soon as I started trying to walk away, he like stuck his arm out and just like yelled at me like, come back, and would do that until I came back and petted him some more or played with him some more. It's just like, oh, he doesn't want me to leave, and he's still like that. He's still a drama queen, but an adorable one. Alright, got these. And this one's going to be just plain old white. Yeah, he's very cute. I want this to be very opaque. Oops, I want to not squeeze my glove in there, that'd be good. Do you have any pets? I can't remember. Do you have any pets? I obviously have 4 cats that I talk about quite often because that's the only interesting thing happening in my life. It's having 4 cats. Not at the moment. That's fine. Are you more of like a cat person or a dog person or a rabbit person or a bird person? Are you a lizard person? That would explain a lot if you were a lizard person. I want this nice and opaque. Alright. Yeah, I've always, like, I grew up dog. Oh, okay. Yeah, I grew up with cats. So, like, what does that mean? Me accusing you of being a lizard person? You know, I'm not quite sure myself. It just seemed like something good to say in the moment. So I'm going to do white in all of these. Okay, let's... Yes, alright. And I think I want a pipette for this one as well. Because I want these to be kind of clean. I don't want a whole bunch of resin everywhere, so I'm just gonna use a pipette to put this white into the mold. Let's see. Cool. Let's do, I think these ones first. We're gonna do the ones with the bats first. So let's do our liquid core ones with our glittery bats. And the one with the one that has the oh man, I don't want to get any yellow on this. I'm going to change my glove. This one I think I can reuse, but I don't want all of that yellow to get on here, so let's grab a clean glove. My other glove's okay, so. There we go. Now I'm not as worried about getting all sorts of random colors on here. But we're going to add just a little bit of white. And this is what I mean about wanting a pipette. I figure it'll be a lot easier to kind of judge, to not get it on the sides. I think that's probably enough. So I don't want it to, it's going to get displaced a bit. I don't want the whole thing to, is it enough white? Hopefully. It's hard to tell how much is in there. Okay, well, there's that one. Let me set the lid off to the side. I have a bunch of random lids and stuff sitting over here at the moment because I have some dice here that I have partially finished and I need to do the next layer on them. I just haven't yet. Let's fill this up. Looks like I'm trying to do like a half and half thing, so we'll try and fill it up to like the halfway point. Cool. There's one half white. Alright, I'm going to do this again with the, where did I set the other lid? Is it this one? Nope, that's this. Where did I just set the, oh, it's over here. I'm like, where did I just set the lid for that one die that I was doing? Alright. I'm going to do like we did with the D20. I'm trying to fill this up just a little bit. Just enough that it'll get displaced a bit by this, but not get too tall, like too high up. Hopefully that's in enough. Well, we'll call that good. These ones at least will be pretty easy to finish. I just need to do a little bit of, I'm going to do black resin and some clear resin. You know, I was kind of worried about the bats not flying around too much, but I think those will be cute. I think it'll be cute. Alright, so there's that in there. Where's my D4? So I need to figure out where my D4 went for this. I have my D2. Where did my D4 go? Oh, they're right here. And my D6. Okay, cool. We have all of our things. I was worried there for a moment. There's D8. 10. Okay. This is why I usually try to do them in order. I usually go down the line from largest to smallest so that I don't accidentally forget a die. I don't think I've ever actually forgotten one, but it's just part of that's just probably because I make sure I do things in a certain order so that I can keep track of them all. Alright, B4. Things to go up to the middle. And let's do the D2 as well. And the D2 I want to do just the thinnest amount that's going to cover the whole thing. So I want this to like cover the whole bottom, but I want it to be thin enough that I can do a second layer with the black. I'm going to try and work it out a little bit and try and get it into all the corners. And try and get it even. I need to do that too. I have some things upstairs I need to paint for another set of dice. I have lots of sets of dice in the works that I should actually get done. Like I said, I haven't worked on too much stuff for a little bit because I was out of town, but yeah, I think that'll work out. There's our D2. That works out. We've got a bunch of white left. That's fine. We've got some clear with holographic glitter left. So those will probably end up in some fake dice because I think we'll have extra. Let's do these. All right, we've got our D12 here. We're gonna put our little fireball in. Let's make sure it's clean. Make sure there's not random specks of things in my mold. That'd be good. There we go. This is just clear, and I have some gold foil in here. I probably don't actually need this much resin, partially because I am going to be putting this fireball in it, and that's going to displace quite a bit. Wait, no. But here, let's throw this in here. I usually tend to coat the things that I'm putting into the molds with some resin first, just so that I can make sure there's no like big air bubbles stuck to it. It doesn't mean that I'm gonna make a mess though when I put this in a bit. All right. So this will be fun. I'm gonna make a little bit of a resiny mess because I'm gonna be pushing that down in there with my hands. Ah, there we go. That actually went pretty easy. Alright, I'm gonna make it's just big enough that it kind of sticks out a little bit, and I want to make sure that it doesn't. Like it could stick out if I let it. There's also I think a cat hair there. That'll be part of the polymer clay. That's fine. So let me fill this one in. Again, just clear with a little bit of gold foil in there. Oops. Don't want to press it down that far. Gonna get water. Alright, don't drown. Have fun. Alright, there's that. Put a little bit on the lid as well. And I dome it a little bit so there's a little extra resin here, and I add a little bit to the lid, and that's just so we don't end up with any air bubbles in there, between the lid and the... You won't drown. Oh good, oh good. I was so concerned. Put that off to the side for now. I've got a little bit of stuff with some gold foil. Alright. A little bit of green. I think I'm going to do a full drop of this one. This one's not a very strong color. Let's mix that in. Yeah, that's a good green, I think. It's kind of a yellowish green, but it's kind of a muted green, which I think will match as well. There's a random red speck here. Where did that come from? Alright. And we're going to fill in those katanas. Which, honestly, I'm pretty proud of those katanas. Where did this red speck come from? Fair. If there's a little red speck, it's probably not going to be super noticeable because there's the katanas in there, but still. I'd rather not have random flakes of things in here. I am still kind of deciding what green I'm going to use for the eyeball dice. I think I'm going to use a slightly brighter green, but not like super pigmented. I don't want it to be too dark because I want you to be able to see the eyes, but at the same time, you know, the eyes are going to take up a lot of the space, so even if it's a little bit darker, it'd probably be fine. Not sure. I will. Oh, see, that one's dripping a bit. To be fair, it's not too big of a deal if it drips a little bit, the eyeballs, but it would be better if it didn't. Alright. Alright, there's our green one. Set that off to the side as well. It's not a very dark green. Okay, we've got some green now as well. We've got white and green. We've got all sorts of colors over here we can use in the fate dice. It's always kind of fun doing like a set of dice with leftover resin, or just a die with leftover resin, because it seems like I come up with some interesting designs. It's just like, oh, that's cool, and I never would have thought to do that. I don't want very much yellow. This yellow is pretty pigmented, so oops, this white is not mixed up at all. Let's actually add a drop of white. There we go. Let's mix this up. I'm going to get a nice kind of pale yellow going. That's not very opaque. Let's add a drop of this white, I think. This white's more opaque, I found. But we might need to add more yellow then. We'll see. Yeah. I think I want a little bit more yellow. I want it to be slightly darker than this. We'll add a full drop. Why not? Well, that's a very bright opaque yellow. Oh well, that's fine. I think the bright yellow is good. And then we've got our black. Oh, that's what I was going to do. That's what I needed some clear for. Just to fill in this D12. I forgot. No. Oh no. Well, I might actually have enough here to do that. Ugh. Alright, let me fill in this a little bit if I can. Alright, I want to make sure I don't want a ton of resin all over the place if I can avoid it. I've already mixed that up. Actually, wait, I can use this resin that has the gold foil in it, because this thing has gold foil in it. Perfect, we'll use this. Ooh, that's not what I want. That's way too much. Just a second. I'm going quiet here a moment while I try to get this worked out. I'm trying to concentrate, which is not something I'm good at anyways. Alright. Okay, I think it's finally filling in a little bit. Let's get the cat hair off of there. Let's see if I can actually fill this in where it needs to be filled in. That's the hard part here, I guess. Trying to get it actually to fill up this spot. Alright, let me see if I can wipe this off. Now this towel is pretty coated in random resin stuff. There we go. That seems pretty good. I probably just coated that in a crap ton of resin, but see if I can get some of that wiped off. And then if there's just a little bit more that needs filled in, we'll do that with UV resin.
But it's just, I've just found that like using a bunch of UV resin, it like doesn't quite match up well. Like for little things it works out well, but for the larger ones, it's not as good. It just doesn't look as good. Alright, we're going to do a little bit of black. A tiny bit of black. Shouldn't take very much at all. I always enjoy this. Let me, let's see if I can... Oh, you're back! Welcome back! Welcome back! Oh good, I'm glad. It's always so satisfying to me, like, how much, like, that little tiny dot just stirs up into this nice dark black. Although, honestly, I need a little bit more. You survived! But, hi back, I'm Liz. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I probably want this a little bit darker than I have it. Huzzah! Onwards into battle! Man, it's been a while since I've played D&D. I was gonna say I haven't played since, you know, the quarantine started, but I have actually. Because I played with my family towards the beginning of quarantine. Now I'm thinking about it. Hey, just because you have bad jokes doesn't mean that I can't have bad jokes too. It's not mutually exclusive. Alright, there we go. There's a more opaque black. Alright. So here's our D4. And before I did like a dirty pour, this time we're going to layer it a little bit and we'll see what they prefer. And just kind of loose layers too, nothing like too regimented or anything. I don't want it to look like a bumblebee necessarily, but I want it to be kind of spotted and that sort of thing. There we go, kind of like marbled, but I want, see, the problem that I had with the other dye that had these colors is that it felt like they got mixed a little bit, like the black and the yellow kind of got swirled together enough that they ended up as kind of a weird yellow black at some points, which isn't a bad thing necessarily, but I just didn't, it didn't feel like yellow or black, and I was trying to get those as two distinct colors. Alright. Oh, you know, actually, I think I want those for the D4. Because we're going to do a D4 to go with this set. Yeah. That's not the D4 that I want. I wanted a crystal D4. I mean, not knock over. You know, it helps if I don't knock everything over too. There we go. Alright, there we go. That's the one I want. We'll do that, but I don't need to do that right this second. We'll let that sit off to the side for a moment. I wanted a little bit of the black to fill in. To fill in this dye that I had a little bit of an air bubble in. Just fill that in. Got a little bit of extra. I'm just trying to fill in the gap, but you know, it's better to have a little bit extra than not enough. So we'll just coat the cap here. I think that'll probably be good. Set that off to the side. Alright, let's finally do our pink and orange and white cloudy dice. Let's see, D20, D12. That's probably okay. D8. Where's our other D10? That's a D4. Like I said, I usually try to do these in order so that I can make sure I get all of them. Make sure that I have the correct D10s and all that sort of fun stuff. Oh, yep, see, I grabbed two D8s. D8. D6 downstairs. Yeah, there's a D6. D4 and our D2. Alright, so let's see, the order here. We're going to fill, and we're going to add a little bit of clear with a shimmer to it, to all of these. I'm just kind of scooping a dollop into each of them. I want to make sure that all of these get a little bit of this. I want to try and get it so that it at least coats the bottom too. So I want it to be kind of like a messy layer almost, like a kind of a layer of it. The D2 I'm not as worried about. Alright, let's make sure we've got, I'm going to use as much of this as I can. That's a little bit more to the D4 and to the D6, I think. The other ones seem to have a reasonable amount in them. And then the D20 and the D12 have a little bit more, which is always good. And then we're going to go for the pink. We're going to add some pink to all of these. I'm going to do the same kind of thing. I'm just going to kind of add a little dollop to all of them. And I don't need it to be even or anything. I just want pink in all of them. You know, kind of, I feel like part of it is that they're not all exactly the same. They all have the same, you know, feel to them, but even if they're not, don't have the exact same, like, layer heights and everything, it'll be fine. Okay, just a second here. I think I'm going to try and move some of this clear over to, like, the tip here. And I'll try to kind of layer the pink, like, kind of towards the bottom a little bit. But not with that cat hair in there. Get out of there. And I'm going to add a little bit of pink kind of like here, kind of layered on top of the clear, but I'm going to add the orange as kind of a stripe, I think, towards the bottom. But let's add a little bit more of this to all of these. I'll definitely add more to the D20. The D20 takes more than the others. We gotta add more. Same with the D12. The D12 takes quite a bit as well, compared to the other dice. But I want to make sure that all of these have enough to cover that clear layer as well. I really should take like better notes of what all I do with all of my different dice. And that's part of what I use these streams for. I should make sure that I have everything archived now that I'm thinking about it, but it's just as a way to, I can go back and look and see how I did things. Alright, that seems like all the pink. I'm going to do the orange. And I'm going to get this almost full, but not quite. I'm going to leave a little bit of space at the top for where I'm going to add the white. But I want that orange to be kind of like a messy and mixed in with the pink a bit. Hopefully I have enough by the time I get to the end here. Yeah. Alright. Alright. I'll put that kind of towards the bottom here. So these dice are called Sailor's Delight. And I feel like, you know, sailing, you usually think of like blue and stuff. But when I looked at them, all I could think of was that old, like, I don't know what you call it. It's not a nursery rhyme, but I guess it is a rhyme. That, you know, what is it? Red skies in morning, sailors take warning. Red skies at night, sailors delight. Because with the, like, the pink and the orange and the kind of clouds in there, it really just made me think of like a, you know, a bright pink or orange, either sunrise or sunrise or sunset. There we go. I can do words. I don't know which one necessarily, but it made me think of. So maybe it's a slightly esoteric name. I don't know, but yeah, that's what it made me think of. So that's how they ended up named that. That's one of those ones where I'm like, is this a rhyme that a lot of people know, or is this just something that I learned randomly as a child? Now that I'm thinking about it, it's like, where did I learn this rhyme? Seems like kind of a strange thing to just randomly learn now that I'm thinking about it. So I'm not planning on doing any sailing or anything. Alright, let's pick up some more white. I'm gonna pipe some clouds in there. You remember hearing it too? Alright. I wonder why this is a rhyme that so many people have, like, learned that, well, at least I've never done any sailing. I guess maybe it's just one of those ones where it's just like you see a sunset or something and you're just like, oh yes, I remember this rhyme. Alright, I'm just kind of poking it in a bunch of times and getting all that shimmery white in there. Alright. It's going to take a second to fill up the pipette. Because I have the tip cut kind of small. Some of them I'll cut a little bit larger, but this one I've cut kind of small because I want to be able to get all of those dollops in there. This is actually how I did the coffee dice too. I did at one point. Alright. Just put a little bit of that on the lid. Get some. Alright. Let's see it. You know, let's see. I'm sorry. I'm thinking about like old nursery rhymes and stuff now. Because I hadn't really thought about it until right this second. Because I love to sing. I've always loved to sing. I think part of that might be because one of my favorite things when I was like a younger kid was like sitting in the rocking chair with my mom at night and like just like singing together. We would do like all sorts of like I don't know, old rounds and stuff. I couldn't do rounds at that time really, but I have fond memories of sitting in the rocking chair with my mom, like right before bed, you know, kind of trying to fall asleep and singing songs together. And it reminds me of some of those like old rhymes and stuff. And some of it was like old camp songs and that sort of thing. It's just like, huh. Sorry, I'm thinking about all this. I'm feeling nostalgic now. It's like, oh, weird. I'll have to convince my mom we'll have to sing it together at some point. That's probably part of where I got my love of singing and music and stuff is from her. I think I got, my mom doesn't do a ton of arts type stuff, but she she was really good at encouraging us to do arts and crafts without giving us a direction, which sounds weird, but like that's something that I've seen with kids, is like kids are they'll just make stuff. It doesn't have to be anything. Kids will just make stuff, and quite often adults will try to like steer them in a direction to make it something, but it doesn't need to be anything. I feel like my mom was always really good at just letting us go. I like thinking about it now, it's like, I appreciate that. Let's add some dots to the D2. Okay. Cool. Alright, we've actually got our things filled in. I think these will be good. Yeah. It's a happy memory thinking about it. Alright, let me get a nice little bit onto these lids. And then I think we'll call that good, and I will just fill in this, we'll fill in that D4, and we'll fill in these fate dice. Let's spread some things down, see if I can start stacking some stuff. I'm going to spritz some of these, I'm just going to spritz everything down, get as many bubbles popped as possible. Alright. This lid on, get it out of the way. Okay, put this lid on. We'll see how this D20 turns out. I'm kind of excited to see. It's not a way that I usually do a lot of dice, but I feel like it might be cool. The thing with these is that they are open, so we're gonna stack a few of them up here. Try and get them out of the way. Alright. There we go. I just don't want to create a seal between any of them. That would not be good. So I'd end up with strange, like, sucked in dice. I made a spiky D20 once on accident. I didn't have quite enough resin in there, and then I put the lid on, and so it tried to, you know, fill in all of that air, and so just like pulled in, and I ended up with a spiky D20. Make sure that hair's out of the way. Alright. There's that D20. Looks like this D4 can be have its lid put on. I think I still have the spiky D20. I could probably show you. It's actually not even a full D20. But I think I have it. Let's spritz this off. There's definitely some bubbles here. And make sure all these bubbles are popped. Try and get those out as much as possible. Alright. Yep, I will pull it out in just a moment. It's in my failed dice box. Which I have a failed dice box. Let's see, here it is. And this thing is sharp. You thought a D4 was sharp? This thing is so pokey. It is very, very sharp. But I keep it around because it's just such an amusing failure to me. It's like, wow, I really didn't think that through. Alright. 8. Oh, it does. Like, it was really kind of like cool, but it was just one of those things where it's just like, that's not what I was expecting to happen, but now that I think about it, I should have expected that to happen. one of those sort of moments. Alright, let's see here. I want to put this on top of something. There we go. That'll be good. See, I guess the question is, can I do that intentionally now? That's, you know, that might be kind of cool if I could do that intentionally, but that'd be difficult to try and sand if I did that intentionally. Alright, let's set these off to the side. I'm gonna let these percolate a bit. I'm gonna let these sit and let the air bubbles come to the top. Also, I realize that percolate is not the right word, but it makes sense, so I'm gonna use it. Alright, let me fill in this D4. A little bit of black. And a little bit of clear with the gold foil. And a little bit of the yellow. Let's do a little bit more of the clear with the gold foil. But a little bit of the yellow. It's time for the percolator! Alright. Yellow. And then I figure we'll finish it off with some green here. Just a little bit of our nice clear green. I'll put that on the lid as well. Alright. Let that sit for a moment as well. Let air bubbles come to the surface. And then let's figure out what we're doing for these fate dice. Well, I think let's start off with some clear here that has some holographic glitter in it, because that's just kind of fun. Alright. There's actually a bit of resin here, so that'll work out. Not enough to fill these up, but enough to get some clear resin with some holographic glitter in it into all of these. Ooh, who's calling me? Oh. I will have to call her back. I'm almost done though. I'll text her and let her know. There's a whole bunch of glitter left in here. This one could use a little bit more. This one actually ended up with a bunch of the glitter. Let's move some of that around. Alright, there we go. Used our glitter. We can use our clear with the gold foil. Use that up as well. Also, I feel like, you know, it's kind of nice mixing some foil with some like holographic glitter. It always like looks good. If you use like iridescent foil and a metallic foil, or like a holographic glitter and a metallic foil, or you know, any of that combination, it's like, it's just so nice. Okay. Alright, just a second here. There's always a cat hair. Let me just text her real quick. make sure it's not some sort of emergency or something. Alright, let's see here. You know, I almost feel like maybe we should try and do some white clouds like we did. I'm wondering if we'll have enough white though. Well, I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see if there's enough white. There actually isn't a can here in this one. It's just a little flake of colored resin, which I don't want. Alright. Let's make sure I get some of it in all of these different spots. And then I think once we get that, we'll put all the lids on and we'll be all set to go. Well, we might end up adding some of one of the other colors. What other color should I use, do you think? Should I do the green or should I do like the black? Well, we'll see if I need to use it actually. I think it'll be pretty close. Alright. That's good. Let's get rid of the rest of this white. Actually, yeah, we might have enough here. We might just have enough. Alright. I think we might have just enough. Just enough resin. It's very, very close. Alright. Yeah, let's see if I can get any more of this clear or anything for the lid. Wait, I have some shimmery white left. Ooh, we'll just use that. We're going to use the shimmery white on the lids. Perfect. I think that'll work out just perfect. Alright. Okay, I think that's good. I think we could throw maybe the rest of this into some crystals. That sounds weird, but yeah. I'm gonna finish filling these in. I want to get all of these crystals made. I want to get them done. I've been working on this for a while now, so it'll be good to get them completed, hopefully. So let's just fill these in as much as possible. Oh yeah, I'm starting to wind down for tonight. How long have you been streaming? Oh, about 3 hours. Okay, that is a reasonable amount of time. Random. And like I said, we'll probably do some commissions on Saturday, and that'll be at noon Pacific Standard Time, not 7. And then don't know what we're doing next Wednesday. Probably more resin stuff, and then I think that the Saturday after this one is the 3rd, and I won't be streaming. Just because it's right before 4th of July of family stuff. More family stuff. Alright. Alright. Okay, there's the black. More family stuff. But for 4th of July this time. Let's do some green. Trying to fill this in. I'm nearing the, I'm starting to get further into the work time here, so it's getting a little bit thicker as we go. So it doesn't flow into the spaces quite as easily. End up with more big air bubbles. And that's part of how I determine the order that I'm going to, pour things sometimes, is just like, which ones do I need to be like thinner when I do them, and which ones do I need to be thicker when I do them? That's actually quite often how I determine which dice I'm going to pour first. Is, can I do these when it's a little bit thicker? And if the answer is no, I do those first, and if the answer is I need this to be a little bit thicker, I do those last, and all that sort of fun stuff. Okay, there's that one. This here. Alright. Trying to use up all the green. Yeah, it'll be good to get, I'm actually really close, I think, to having all of these crystals done, but I'm gonna try and get them all done as quickly as possible. Okay, there's that out of the way. Now we got some yellow. I'm using the wrong thing for this. I'm gonna use this one instead. I had one that had like a tapered end on it, and it was just not working out well for trying to scoop all the resin out of the cup. So we're grabbing a different one that is flatter on the end. Will work better for scoopage. Alright. And then I think get these last couple ones. And this one has a piece of junk in it. Let's get that out. Alright. Oh. Okay. Sounds like the friend that called might need me to go bring them a house key. Sounds like they locked themselves out. Alright, cool. I don't like the angle that's at. Let's do that. Okay. Let's get all these lids on. Make sure we got everything. All the bubbles popped. That's looking pretty good. That here. Yeah. Yeah, that was, my text was like, hey, do you mind if I call you back in a few? And they're like, yep, just locked myself out of my house. I was like, oh, okay, I probably should wrap things up then. Go bring them a house key. I have their spare, at least one of their spares. So let's see here. Yeah, I think these will turn out nice. I hope they do anyways. Oops, let's not do that. So we'll call it after I get these lids on. And again, probably will do commissions on Saturday, just so I can keep on top of things, since I'm busy with family stuff so often, or so much, like recently. It's like I need to do the commissions and get those done. That was part of the reason I was actually going to open commissions up again sooner than I ended up doing it. But then I'm like, oh, you don't know if you can make a Saturday stream. That's fair. I mean, I could hold off until next Wednesday too if you want to be in that stream. That's fine with me. If that would work better for you. I'm not like in a rush to get them done. I just want to try. I want to make sure that I get things done in a reasonable amount of time, because I don't, I have a tendency to put things off. I don't want to do that. All right, sounds like a plan. Like I said, I'm gonna go listen to that song on repeat and figure out what I want to do. All right, there's those. Stack these up as well if I can figure out how I'm gonna stack them. Okay. Where am I putting this one? How am I going to stack these like this? There we go. That's probably a weird way to do that, but that's fine. Put this down here. Alright, there we go. I think that is everything. Let's get these out of these cups. So I'm going to go put these into the pressure pot and maybe go get my friends their house key. But, oh, I need these. This one's missing. This one missing. Let's see here if I can get this to work. That down there. Move this over here. Move this over here, I think. Alright, there we go. Now I've got everything on here. But yes, thank you for stopping by. I will be streaming again on Saturday at 12 at noon Pacific Standard Time. Hopefully I can see you guys then. And I will see you guys later. Bye!